Hi, and welcome to my channel. I'm so delighted you're here, and I'm just as delighted to be here bringing forward this information today. Thank you for reading my disclaimer. Big hugs and warm wishes for all of you that have taken your time out to view this information. Before we begin, I'd just like to say that these episodes that I'm doing are all done in loving intentions and for education purposes. They are my perspective, but this information I've put together for many, many years of working in community pharmacy, and it is information that's been shared from my clients and customers that have given me feedback, plus my own research and learning from very professional people in my field. This is episode 3, and our commonly asked question in pharmacy today is, what calcium is right for me? And this is a pretty big topic, and I'll try and keep it condensed down. But not all calcium supplements are equal, as you'll see. So let's go through the 3 main types of calcium that are in pharmacies and retail stores. The first one is calcium carbonate, citrate, and hydroproxyapatite. Calcium carbonate is limestone, and limestone is chalk. So if you remember your teacher using chalk on the blackboard, that's what's in most of the mainstream calcium products, calcium carbonate. And if you ever picked up a piece of chalk, you know it's powdery, it's chalky, it's heavy, it's dense, and it shouldn't be used in the body at all. Calcium citrate is derived from citric acid, which citric acid is derived from citrus fruits, so mainly from limes, but other sources of citrus fruits as well are used in making this type of calcium. It's quite easily absorbed in the body too, and it is not expensive to purchase it either. The last one is my favorite, and I always recommend it over and above all of the other calciums. And for the reason that our bones ourselves already have calcium hydroproxyapatite form in them. So when the manufacturers made the hydroproxyapatite forms of calcium, they derived theirs from the cow. So the cow has a very similar bone density to us in our human form. So this is why it's very highly absorbable. There's hardly any contraindications. It's a good choice to choose for your calcium. Now the next slide I'm going to get to, but I'm going to point out one of these calciums out of the 3 is not favorable in the body. And that calcium is calcium carbonate. So I'm going to run over some things that I've researched myself. There's a lot of information out there on the internet that you can find yourself, and I always encourage people to do their own research, not just listen to me or even people that you know, family members, or even just Googling it. Just do your own research and you will come to the same conclusion that I am presenting here today. So why not calcium carbonate? The contraindications indicate that there are vast amount of complications it can cause in the body. So let's just quickly run through them. So kidney stones, calcification of your arteries. Calcium carbonate has been known and proven to interfere with over 23 medications. I'm sure there's probably actually more than that, but that's what's been listed so far. It causes constipation, upset tummies, lots of wind and cramps. It causes high level of calcium in the blood and also in the urine. So when that happens and it builds up, especially in the blood, it builds up in the arteries, and then you increase your risk of heart attack and stroke, and of course heart disease. And the last one is is ongoing research proving that prostate cancer, if you take calcium carbonate, it heightens your risk of getting prostate cancer. I'm not saying you're going to get prostate cancer if you take calcium carbonate, but there's studies saying that it does increase your risk of that. More negative side effects that we have here that I have seen many times talking to my customers. They have experienced vomiting, belching, burping, bloating, loss of appetite, metallic taste in the mouth, increased urination, and dry mouth. Now, if you're taking medications with that as well, then the medications will be making dry mouth syndrome too. And of course, the calcium carbonate will just compound that issue as well. So there are just a few of the side effects and contraindications. And I just wanted to mention in the next slide about the sources of our food and our medications that have calcium carbonate in them. And there's a lot. This was just a few that I wanted to point out, the main ones. So your antacids and your fortified foods, they use calcium carbonate in our food products. So if you're taking a calcium supplement and then you're also adding to this calcium carbonate to your bloodstream, you're not going to have a very happy body. So you'll see they're listed here: breakfast cereals, nutritional bars, baked foods, fortified beverages, cookies and crackers, soups and sauces, all dairy, a lot of dairy, your antacids, as I just mentioned, any of the heartburn relief, indigestion relief, and the medication and relief for stomach cramps, and also has calcium carbonate in it too. Toothpaste, dried fruit, canned foods like sardines and canned processed meat, and frozen foods and your ultra processed food. Now, just don't take my word for it. When you're in the supermarket, have a look at the back of your label, and you will see in many, many foods calcium carbonate. So when you're picking your calcium, and I hope it's the lesser one that I was just talking about, there's some important cofactors that are go hand in hand together with your calcium that will make a better job for your bone density. And they are vitamin D, K2, manganese, horsetail, which is silica, and a small amount of magnesium, a small amount of zinc, and some boron. Now, a lot of people don't know about boron, but I'd like to just quickly mention how important it is, because with our farming practices, agricultural practices, and our erosion of our soil, we no longer get the amount of trace minerals that we should get for our body. So boron actually remineralizes our minerals to our bones, and it can have a big impact if you're suffering with osteoarthritis or any of those bone diseases. Boron is such an important trace mineral. So if you can't get it in your mix as a calcium supplement, you can buy it as a standalone product. It's quite a cheap purchase. I just put this here because I thought it was a pretty cool picture, and I think it would be nice to visualize where you'd like your calcium levels to be. And of course, always check and have your bone density tests done on a regular basis. Eat a lot of calcium-rich foods. And I'm not going to mention all of those because it's pretty well common knowledge which foods are high in calcium. And I just wanted to put this slide here and just give a quick review on my perspective of basically calcium carbonate. So I've learned over the years with many people coming to me and explaining their symptoms and things that are going wrong in their body. And I mean, they are on a lot of medication, these people, and they don't understand why they're feeling so poorly. So a lot of the times I've discovered that, taking calcium carbonate and, interactions with their medications can generally make them feel pretty crappy. So if you go to the doctor and your doctor says to you, okay, well, you need some calcium, I recommend calcium carbonate. I won't say the name of that particular calcium carbonate on here, but just be mindful that there are better choices. And your citrate and your hydroproxyapatite form would be the ones to reach for. So yes, granted, they may cost you a few dollars more, but in the long run, you're not going to have any health issues arising from those other two forms. So I just wanted to create this awareness, and it's all about that. Have a look at the label. Tell your doctor that you don't want something with calcium carbonate in it, and you know that it can clog up your arteries, and it's not very favorable in the body. Maybe we need to start educating our health professionals because maybe they just don't know. I don't know. But anyway, that's my take on that. So I'd just like to say a big thank you for watching, and thank you for being here. My heart is full of gratitude and joy. And if you like this video, would you please subscribe, like it, and share? It's such an important topic to get people to be aware of. And thank you for watching. I really, really appreciate you. And I'll see you in episode 4. Bye.